Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with the MMD by Foose Retro Style 6-speed shift knob for 2015 and up GTs, EcoBoost and V6 Mustangs. A shift knob can be almost a centerpiece of the interior, and it's an area that the driver can almost add some self-expression, if you will, without totally changing the interior. The MMD by Foose Retro Style shift knob has a nostalgic muscle car styling to it, so it would be a good option for drivers looking for that type of style for the MT82 equipped S550s that still have the factory shifter handle. It's a classic 8-ball round type of shift knob that includes a Foose logo on both sides of it for those drivers that prefer this over the other types. And while it is a minor mod, the shift knob is one of the connecting pieces between the car and driver, so it needs to be comfortable. This particular MMD by Foose shift knob is white with a black engraved classic 6-speed shift pattern on top and the Foose logo on both sides like I just said. Now a white shift knob is one that's going to stand out for sure, so if this really isn't for you, then there is also a white on black version that's more toned down, as well as a black on polished version. But no matter which color you end up going with, they're all going to have the Foose logo on either side and the 6-speed shift pattern, of course, and they're always going to be engraved. They're all styled with inlaid engravings, and engravings are usually preferred over other options like decals because you don't have to worry about fading after use with an engraving. So there are a ton of different types of material to choose from when looking for a shift knob, and material and finish are definitely something to consider because different types of materials have a different type of feel. Then you also have to consider how the material will react to temperature changes like the heat of summertime or the cold of wintertime. The colored shift knob options are made from a resin compound for strength and durability, and they're not as sensitive to heat or cold as other materials are. The polished knob, on the other hand, is made from a solid billet aluminum, so if you really want that look, then just keep in mind that this material will feel different, have a different weight, and react to temperature changes. The next thing that should be considered when shopping for a shift knob is size. Size is important because it's going to affect how the shifter feels in your hand. These particular shift knobs have a 1 3/4 diameter, which is going to be a little bit smaller than some of the other options that are out there, and even a little bit smaller than the factory shift knob. So if you're looking for a larger shift knob, this one may not be it. So these shift knobs are made for the S550, so they are reverse lockout compatible. They're specifically designed keeping in mind that pull-up style reverse lockout mechanism, but they don't leave a large gap between the bottom of the knob and the top of the factory boot either. As far as price, these shift knobs cost right in between $50 and $100, and they're pretty much right in line with a lot of the other options that are out there right now. There are some more expensive billet aluminum knobs that are available if you prefer the look and feel of those, as well as other options that are not the classic 8-ball style. So the install here is really pretty easy. Now the shift knob doesn't come with any type of Loctite or anything, so I just suggest picking some up for the install. The factory shift knob comes off easily by using the normal righty-tighty, lefty-loosey rule, and then it's just a matter of putting some Loctite on the threads of the shifter handle so your new shift knob doesn't back out when you start grabbing gears. And then you take your new shift knob, thread it down into place until it gets tight, but then I would do one rotation backwards to make sure that you're giving enough room for the reverse lockout. You don't want to install the knob and then not be able to get the car in reverse. Just make sure that the knob is straight so it doesn't look goofy later on, and then let it sit so the Loctite can set. It probably needs about an hour or two to be safe, or an afternoon if you really want to be safe. Overall, this is a 1-wrench install on our scale here and should take just about 5 minutes to complete, as long as we don't count the set time. Wrapping things up here, the MMD by Foose Retro Style 6-speed shift knob is a classic 8-ball style shift knob with a 6-speed shift pattern and the Foose logo for the MT82 equipped S550 Mustang that still has the factory shifter handle. It's reverse lockout compatible. There are a few different color options, with the colored versions being made from a resin compound and the polished version being billet aluminum, and they're all very easy to install. You can check these out more online, along with all of the other shift knob options, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.